What is going on, everyone? Back again with another video. Today's video, guys, we're working on a 2015 Ford Mustang EcoBoost. Now, I actually wasn't going to do a video on this because there's tons of videos out there, but I figured, what the heck, I already started. As you can see, I already started taking bolts out and all this stuff. And I thought to myself, why not? Why not? For the channel, we just go ahead and do it. What are we working on today, guys? We're working on the EcoBoost, and what we're doing is we're going to be installing a blow-off valve on this car. Should be fairly easy. This is the EcoBoost, and one thing I like about it, there's a lot of room to get around it, man. I like this. I like it when you're able to have some space between stuff, so you can actually get your hands around stuff. If, say, you're working on the car or the engine, you won't be struggling and all. So I kind of like that. Anyways, the blowout valve should be down there. So what we're going to be doing is taking that out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a before and after. This should be fine, but just in case, let's just put it in its thingy. I hope y'all are being safe out there. Yes, it is a 6-speed manual. Start. Let's turn that off. We don't need that right now. It's fairly stock. You really don't hear the EcoBoost out of it. So today's plans is definitely to change that, because we definitely want to hear that thing roll. We do have other things we're going to be changing. I might be doing it later on today. Definitely changing that, the intake system, put in a cold air intake system, and also I'm getting a tuner at the same time. There's a guy who's selling one. He's selling both of it together for a fairly good price. But that'll be later on today, if not another day. But I found it easier to kind of take this thing out, just to get it out of the way. If you have tools, you can just get it out of the way. You're gonna need an Allen key, but you really don't have to take this thing off. It's just tighter. But yeah, there are about 3 screws, but there's tons of videos out there, guys, on how to do this. If this video doesn't work for you, there's tons of videos out there. There's about 3 screws you have to take off. Take that out. So basically, you do need to take off your sensor. Some would highly suggest that you disconnect your power cable, but I'm not gonna go ahead and do that. You shouldn't. I mean, you should, but in my case, I'm just gonna go ahead and disconnect the sensor. I have my scanner, so just in case the engine light does come on because of that, I'll just clear the code, and but it shouldn't come on anyways, or it should fix itself once I connect everything back in place. Alright, guys, so we got three Allen key screws, 1 through 3. The one underneath looks like it's going to be a little bit harder, but the rest should be fairly easy. And disconnect that, and where's the other part? Oh, where's it at? We're going to be putting that in there. I don't know what brand it is, because there's no brand on the freaking thingy. That's just the box it came out of, which I'm kind of shocked, but seems to be of okay quality. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out in a bit. Came with some new screws. I think these are basically longer, so don't mind the mess over here, guys. You know how it is. The garage is always messy. But yeah, we're gonna get to that, and we'll be back with you in a bit. Alright, guys, so yeah, I had paused the video. I went ahead and took the valve out. I actually lost my mind right there. I couldn't remember what the name of this thing was. This was a lot easier to move over here. Screws are easy to remove. The hardest one is, it's not that difficult, really. It's not that bad. But the most difficult one is the one at the back over here. Oh, actually, my hand is blocking that, huh? It's going to be the one at the back over there. because the Allen key, the amount of room I have over here, this is the Allen key that I'm using. It's a mixed set, so I don't have so much room over here. But if you had a shorter one, or you went ahead and took this hose out, you'd probably be fine. But it's not that hard. I mean, once you loosen that up, you can be able to twist it out by hand. Remove that. I didn't disconnect the connector or sensor, whatever it is. Apparently it's been taped around. I don't know why, but not sure if that's from previous owner or from the dealership. But what you got to do is take this new guy, and this new guy basically just goes in there. You know, you have to kind of twist it until you make sure all holes are matching. So as I have it right now, it's no good, because one on top and the one over here is good, but the one over on the side over here is no good. So you have to kind of keep twisting it until all holes are perfect. That's no good either. That's about it right there. All right, so 1, 2, and 3 all matching up, which is good to go. So all you do is now you just take this guy right here, guys, and you put it back. You're gonna need 2 hands, obviously. I'm kind of recording and doing this, which is not advisable, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the phone down again. Go ahead and install this. Use your new screws, the screws that they provided. These are the stock screws. As you can see the difference, this is shorter than that. Now the reason why you want the longer screws is because now it's a further distance, you know, between here and there, which is why you want to use the longer screw. It is also an Allen key, so, and some say go ahead and put Loctite on it just in case, but I don't have any, and it doesn't look like they had some on that screw. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just put it in. Maybe in the future, when I head back to AutoZone or O'Reilly's or whoever it is, I'll get maybe some Loctite. That's just in case. But anyways, I'm talking about something else right now. We're gonna head and pause the video, and we'll be back in a second. Excuse my stuttering. Sometimes today I'm just having a very crazy day. Alright guys, we're actually done. I went ahead and found my other set of Allen keys, and this was actually much better. This actually worked a lot better. If you need the size, it's actually what is that, a 5-inch, I guess, Allen inch. That's what it is, but 5, I guess 7, 6, 5.5, 5. I don't know if they call it 5 inches or 5, whatever it is, but that's the Allen key I end up using. Again, the one at the back took a lot longer. Well, it's not bad. It's because you have a longer screw. It took longer to screw in. I would highly recommend you, if you're putting this thing back in, start with the back, then do the front. Or actually, no, scratch that. Do one in front so that it holds it in place, and then do the rest. But it is installed, as you can see. That's the guy right there. All 3 screws are in there. I know I've watched before a video. A dude was like, oh, he dropped one of the screws, and he was like, oh, whatever. There's a lot of room. I mean, I don't mind me. I mean, I did drop my Allen key once, but again, there's a lot of room over here, so you can access your tools. You know, you can get down there and get it. I haven't tried it out yet, so we're gonna go ahead and put stuff back. Keep these screws, because you never know, you know, in the future you might want to put it back. So I will take these screws and just store them somewhere. I'll do that in a minute. Just gonna move my tools because I don't want them falling down. We'll put them up here for now. We'll grab the keys and make sure the water tank is actually back in place. I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier. If you're gonna go ahead and move this, I found it a lot easier to move this, get it out of the way. Unscrew these two right here. These are 10 millimeters bolts. Just to unscrew those ones, just pull this up, and I just moved it. Don't force it because you got this hose. You know, you got hoses on it and all that stuff. You don't want to like push it too far out if something comes out or cracks or anything like that. But make sure you don't do this when it's hot. And don't overfill this, because I mean, I was about to refill it. I was about to add some more, thinking, hey, this looks really low, but it's actually at its max. So don't overfill this. You want to make sure all that's closed, because you don't want it to spill on your hands or, you know, your engine bay or whatnot. But you definitely do not want to do this when the engine is hot. You want to do this when the engine is cold. Don't just go to the store, come home, and then you want to do it, because if this thing's hot, you can burn yourself, and you definitely want to be safe. I wasn't wearing my gloves. You need to be safe and just put some gloves on. How long did it take me? A couple minutes, really. Apart from my Allen key falling down, I have to look for my Allen key. It took me maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes to do. It's fairly easy. You can do this yourself. You don't need any help. All you need is just the tools. But let's try it out, guys. See what shit sounds like, man. Now, obviously, this is before the intake. I'm going to be getting the intake a little bit later. Definitely going to be changing this radio as well. So, clutch. Oh, I always forget this manual. So, hood is open, tire sensor, I already knew about that. Just making sure there's no engine light on. Hood is open, yeah, I know. Handbrake, make sure this is loose. You hear that? It's actually on, man. You can actually hear it now. Sounds pretty cool, guys. To me, anyways. Sounds pretty cool. Fairly easy mod. Doesn't cost too much. If I had somebody else over here, would have been nice. But yeah. This car doesn't roll on me. Put it in gear. Let's get out of the car. I'm going to show you something else. Now, there is something else you can do. That is, if you're tight on, you know, money or anything like that. I don't recommend it personally. I don't, but I've seen it's actually on YouTube. People have done it. What people have done is this hose right here. This is your return hose right here. This guy right here connects in here, connects in here. It's sending air back. People have taken this hose out, and what they've done is they put caps on top of the versus using the hose, because this hose is just running from one side back to the other. They capped one side, and the cap is like $2. It's, I think, a chair cap or whatever it is, and I think it's 1.5 inch by 1 or something like that, or 1.5 inch. You can look it up on YouTube and all that stuff. There's videos out there. It's a $2 item. People do it. I've seen a video. Some guys done it. There's a lot of people that are happy about it. They say, hey, you know, fairly easy mod and all that stuff. But there are people that said that they had issues. One guy said he had done it on his car. I mean, his wife's car. Wife took it for a drive. Car had started acting up. So, which is why I said I don't suggest it. Personally, if you're asking me, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Take the time to buy this. It doesn't cost much. $40, $50, $60, depending on the brand you're buying from or who you're buying from. It's on eBay, it's on Amazon. It's a blow-off valve, 2015 Ford Mustang EcoBoost blow-off valve. That's all you gotta type, and it's all over. You can get them. I mean, max $71, $70, $75 max. You know, that's, you know, what I've seen out there. I didn't pay that. I paid under $30. I'm trying to think how much shipping was. So I think six plus shipping was, I think, $6 if I'm not mistaken. And it was 3-day shipping. Actually, it took 4 days. It was supposed to be 3-day shipping, but it said it arrived in Atlanta yesterday, but I guess the distribution center didn't get it out in time, so I got it on the 4th day, which is today, Saturday. And it's fairly easy to install, very simple. If you go ahead with the other route, I mean, to me it looks tacky, it looks too cheap. You get what you paid for, you know, $2, you're paying a $2 thing. They take this out, cap it, you know, that's all they do. Can you run it like that? I don't know, you know, I would not recommend it at all. Another thing people did say is once you change your intake, it will give you that performance sound of the blow off as well. So which is why I did the video now before I changed the intake, because I wanted you guys to hear that before I did this, you know, because apparently it's supposed to do the same thing once you change the intake as well. How accurate that is, I don't know. The intakes are kind of expensive for Ford, which is oh, this is kind of loose, is it? No, actually it's okay. Which is kind of expensive for Ford. You know, you can buy a whole intake for like 3 something. But the deal that I'm getting, I'm fairly happy with, and I'm hoping the guy doesn't back out on me. I'm getting a tuner with it, and I think it's the Cobra tuner, which is compatible with the ecoboost, and it's supposed to also help remove my limiter, and I can actually put a limiter on it as well. So if somebody else is using this vehicle, I can put an RPM limiter, you know, if they say get over 35 miles an hour or whatever it is, the car won't go any faster than that. I can lock it with that tuner, which is why I want to get it, because I don't want people driving the Mustang and just getting carried away and all that stuff. It's a fun car, guys. I'm enjoying it. At first I was like, you know, 4-cylinder and all that stuff, but once I'm driving it, you know, I'm on the road and all that stuff, I'm actually enjoying it quite well. Automatic or manual, I don't know which is better, but from the reviews I've looked online, this actually produces 310 horsepower, and the V6 produces what, I think 300 horsepower. Obviously in the future there's going to be more stuff coming out for the Mustang. This is fairly new. I mean, well, it's a 2015, but you know, the mods are coming out now. The mods are coming out, what you can do to the vehicle, tuners and all that stuff. It's coming out and all that stuff. But the tuner kit that I'm getting is a stage 1. It's a Cobra stage 1, which is basically the intake and the tuner and all that stuff. It's a $800 kit, but you know, this guy's selling it for more than half, so which is why I'm kind of jumping on it before he changes his mind. And he told me, he showed it to me, he sent me a link and showed me that it was $800. But anyway, I'm blabbering, right? I do apologize, guys. This is going to be the end of the video for now. I will definitely try and update you on the intake installation. Should be fairly simple. I love that there's a lot of room to get in here. I think if I'm going to change the intake, if I have to change this whole thing, I think that will be the tightest spot right down there because of that screw. I think that would be the tightest spot, but everything over here seems very accessible. Should be fairly easy to get into. Headlights are pretty good, so I'm happy with that. I don't think I'm going to be changing my headlights anytime soon. I wanted to do something with the engine first, and then definitely change the wheels. But this is what we're working with, man. So 2015, under, shoot, how many miles does it have? I think it has under 80,000 miles. Yeah, under 80,000 miles. But you know, we'll get it. We'll definitely. I love that blow-off valve thing. So I'm about to go take it for a test run, take it on the road, see how I like it, how it's performing. Obviously it doesn't change the performance. It's just, you know, you hear, well, some people say it would, but I don't know. I don't believe that. The sound might play with your mind and all that stuff. But yeah, all you need are Allen keys, guys. This is, well, I had to put that because sometimes your tools just vanish. So all you need is Allen keys, guys, and well, that's it, really. All you need is Allen keys and time. Take it easy. Stay tuned for the update on the car. We'll definitely need to get this car tinted as well. So that's going to be maybe next week. Because right now I definitely want to go get that intake as soon as that guy hits me up. Take it easy, guys. Peace.